And he took a pledge that he will not tie the knot on his hair. What is the right time? Don't be in a hurry. Don't jump to conclusion. Think over of the right time, the right place, the right friends, the right means. Hello friends, I am going to talk to you about Chanakya Neetis, some of the assorted ones. You all would have heard about Acharya Chanakya, who was the guru of Samrat Ashoka. Previous to him, he was the guru of Bimbisaar and Chandragupta Maurya. And he had taken a pledge when King Nanda, he insulted him, and he took a pledge that he will not tie the knot on his hair until the whole kingdom and the family was removed, was finished. And the way he went on to build Chandragupta thereafter Ashoka has been phenomenal and has been a lesson for generations to come. He came, I think, 350 BCE, around that time, and was there for 2 generations, coming from a very poor family, and was a Brahmin. The way he showed his conviction and tenacity to survive in any situation and take revenge has been phenomenal. But as we feel that he must have been very witty, very clever, very smart, or over smart to have done anything to get his things going. But that's not so. He observed Dharma, the right way of conducting one's life, and protect the Dharma. So his politics and the policies had been based on the purity in the way one should conduct in this world, and then eliminate people who are not good to people and who are torturous, who are overburdening others and who have been tormenting others. How to get rid of such people from the society is what has been reflected in the teachings of Acharya Chanakya. So there are books on Chanakya, and there are many chapters to that. And there are so many verses which are called shlokas in Hindi. I am picking up only 25 shlokas to go now. And we'll see what is there in those 25 shlokas and what we can derive out of that. They are not in the orders of those chapters that they appear. But we don't need to worry about which chapter what belongs to, because each of those verses in itself are like chapters. So, and they're so meaningful. You can hear from me, but you would need to meditate over them to be able to really eschew the meaning behind it. It does not unfold just by hearing the words. You need to really imbibe that in you, go through it, experience in your own way, and then you will discover deeper meanings of those things that Acharya Chanakya said. So here we begin, okay? 25 winning principles and policies that Acharya Chanakya said that one should always keep in mind while living in this world, while dealing with people, and while conducting yourself for your personal or professional success, okay? So here we go. The first sloka, which is verse, is Shaile Shaile Namanikyam Moktikam na gaje gaje Sadhavo na hi chandanam Sadhavo na hi sarvatra chandanam na vane vane. Meaning, every mountain that you see will not have precious stones. The precious stones will be like when you break the mountains and the cliffs and all, then you would get precious stones. So, but every mountain doesn't have precious stone. Doesn't mean that you go and demolish all the mountains. So, So it's there somewhere, it's not everywhere. And every elephant does not have something called a muktik, so there is the pearl mukta money. Every elephant doesn't have that. Doesn't mean that you go and kill every elephant to get that mukta money. Only few would have. I don't know how pearls are found in elephant, but that's what he is prescribing. That every elephant would not have it. What does that mean? That you don't extend all the resources just in the search of the precious thing, which will create wealth for you, because it's not there everywhere. It's there in selected places only. And sadhavo nahi sarvatra. Great people, virtuous people, those who conduct themselves very rightly, nicely, purely, they are not everywhere. So don't expect that everyone is going to be nice. There are very few, handful people at that level, very few realized people, very few people who walk the right path, very few people who have orientation towards God. So it's like, if the number gets reducing at the top, goes like a pyramid like this, So assorted, and those who get liberation and realization are handful, maybe 7, 8, 10, nothing more than that. So that's what it means. And chandanam na vane vane, meaning the sandalwoods are not found in every wood, every jungle. If you go to every jungle, you will not find sandalwood. Sandalwoods are found in typical territories, typical geography and ecosystem. They grow, so it's not found everywhere. So that's the first verse. Okay. Shale shale na manikyam moktikam na gaje gaje sadhvo na hi sarvatra chandanam na vane vane. The second one is parokshe karya hantaram pratyakshe priyavadinam varjayeta drisam mitram vishkumbham payomukham. So there are friends in our life, who talk very sweet in front of us, but when they go behind your back, they would do all politics and do all ill things. They are really jealous of you. But when they come in front of you, they talk very sweet. And especially those who do all those backstabbing, they are very nice in front of you. And people who would be blunt in front of you would not be doing things bad to you behind your back. Those who are very sweet, they are like poison. So what they say is, Vishkumbha payomukham. Like, we say glass of poison, all over that there is milk put, so you don't know beneath the milk there is a poison, right? So, saying that you are supposed to avoid them. They bring the pitcher of poison and pour milk on the top of it so that you don't see it. But then all their smiles and, nice gestures towards you are that they are going to ditch you behind your back and they're playing politics against you. That's the second verse. Repeating the Sanskrit verse part of it. Parokshe karya hantaram pratyakshe priyavadinam varjeta drasam mitram vishkumbham payomuk. And so in such case, what do you do when you see that in the world everybody is like this? Befriend your mind, listen to your mind. Mind is the biggest observer. Mind is the best processor of the information. Mind is what will be able to help you decide. It has got intellect. There are 4 compartments to the mind. You will see in my other videos. Mind, intellect, memory, and ego. So it has got the intellect. It has got all the memory lake, so you can extract the information, process it, take your decision. So befriend your mind. Learn how to work with your mind. Mind is your best friend. It will listen to you. It is there, busy to entertain you and help you. So befriend your mind rather than befriending many people in this world. Those who are blunt, they are not your enemies, but those who are very sweet to you are going to stab you. So be very careful. That's second verse. The third one is Anabhyase Visham Sastram. Meaning, if you have knowledge and never practice it, it is like a poison. It is like undigested knowledge. Undigested knowledge is like undigested food. You will vomit it, right? And when you vomit it, it's not good for you, no more good for you. You have not extracted anything out of it. And it is embarrassing for others to see that you have vomited whatever you ate. So, you need to practice, eschew that knowledge, and do not eat it unless you are capable of digesting it. So go slow. Sanay sanay uparmeta buddhya dhriti grihitya. This is there in Bhagavad Gita. Sanay sanay uparmeta buddhya dhriti. Even the dharya is comes into you through in your buddhi, in your intellect, slowly. Okay, so slowly, yes, you eat only what you can digest. And abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihati. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is telling Arjuna that even vairagya, that is renunciation, comes by practice. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihati. So this is what this third verse is. Repeating, anabhyase visham sastram. So sastram is all the knowledge. If you don't practice it, that itself becomes a poison to you, is because you haven't really understood it. Now, if you are making gospels out of it, you're going to only harm the society and others and yourself, and it's not going to benefit anyone. You need to practice, see for yourself whether you have applied this in your life, whether it has worked for you or not. Only when it has worked for you, you prescribe to others or you talk about it. The third thing is fourth sloka. Is udyoge nasti daridrim, japato nasti patakam, maunena kalho nasti jagarite bhayam. Meaning, those who are diligent and industrious, they never become poor. They will always accumulate wealth. They will create wealth. Because they are industrious, they are laborious, they are diligent, they are up to date. They work toward, they do self-study, they do the study of the world, they learn through scriptures, books, science, etc. And they create, they are innovative. They will create wealth. It is not possible that they are poor. If they are poor, they are not actually diligent and industrious. And the second thing is, so udyoge nasti daridram. If your udyoge means one who is industrious and laborious, nasti daridram is poor, no power. Japato nasti patakam. If you are doing japa is, one is that Ram Ram, Om Om, the other is you chant in your breath, Om and Om, or just observe your breath. In Bhagavad Gita, that's called yajna. If you are doing that, you can't be an impious person. Nasti patakam. Patakam is one who is degraded, down, who is fallen morality. It is not possible. One who does this, it is going to establish you into the truth and elevate your energy, and you get enlightened. You will get awakened first and enlightened later. So it is not possible. So if you do japa, this kind of 3-4 things that I talked about, right? Nama japa, swas japa, you will never be impious. The purity in you will go on increasing. If there is impurity, it will go away. Maune na kalho nasti. If you are silent, then you will not have fight around you. There will be no conflict. So, observe silence. Don't speak unnecessarily in all situations just because you are there and you want to make your point of view. Make your point of view right or wrong when you are practicing it. But unnecessarily, don't keep on speaking. Silence is golden most times. Nasti jagarite bhayam. If jagarite means if you awakened, or awakened like, you are awake, not sleeping, and also awakened truly within yourself, then you will overcome all the fear. So like, if you are awakened in your, about your existence, you know what your existence, and you know what your mighty power your mind has. You know what the mighty power your intellect has. You will never fear from anyone. Because then, in fact, if that is dormant, then you are scared of everything in this world. So the awakening brings you fearlessness. Yeah? So this is the beauty of this whole thing, how beautifully this has been said here. So I'm just summarizing. Udyoge nasti daridryam, industrious, diligent, no daridryam, no poverty. Japato nasti patkam. Japato, purity comes from japa. Maunena kalahuna. Kala is fight. If you're silent, no fight. Nasti jagarite bhayam. If you're awakened, no fear. You become fearless. Okay? The fifth one. Tejed dharmam dayahinam. Vidyahinam gurum tejed. Tejed krodha mukhim bharya. Nija snehana bandhavas tejed. Meaning, if there is someone who is not religious and merciful, reject him. Okay, you don't go near them. Okay, avoid meeting such people. Okay, and don't make someone your guru if he is not spiritual. Truly. Okay, just because he has got a lot of knowledge, right? Don't make him a guru. Guru is one who will actually make you walk through the path of righteous path, and will take you towards your soul. Okay, will not just give you out worldly knowledge or knowledge of material world and material. He will talk about soul. So if someone is like that, don't make him guru. And then tajet krodh mukhim bharya. If your wife is always offensive and angry, it is better to give up on her, because she is going to really sap your energy, bring you down all the time. First thing is, do not marry such person. And if you are married and you have done a mistake, get out of it. That's what Chanakya said. I am not preaching it. Another counselor. And the last one is nisnehan bandhavans tajet. Those brothers, those relatives, bandhavan is relatives, right? Brothers, sisters, family and relatives. Those who do not have affection for you, get rid of them. They are only going to pull your leg and nothing else. They will remain jealous throughout their life. Stay away from them, right? Don't go into their side and don't bring them to your side. So, understand this. I'm repeating. Tajet dharmam dayahinam. No daya. This kind of dharma has to be avoided. Vidyahinam. No spiritual knowledge. Gurum tajet. That master is not your spiritual guru. Tajet krodhamukhi bharya is wife. If krodhamukhi is always offensive, is angry all the time on you, will not support you, nesnehan bandhavan tajet. Okay? Sneha is, they don't have any affection for you. Nesnehan. So, get rid of them. Going to the sixth one. Sixth one is, yasti nasti swayam pragya sastram tasya karoti kim lochanabhyam vihinasya darpanah kim karishyati. One who does not have common sense, pragya is the actually intellect, and swayam pragya is your own intellect. You are dependent on somebody else's intellect. It's not your own intellect. You are always dependent on someone else's, and you don't have your common sense. And I relate common sense to pragya, mostly. Is that if you don't have your own pragya, your own common sense, sastram tasya karoti kim. What will scriptures and Vedas and so many books and so many volumes of articles do, even if you have read through, even if you have done PhD on some subject, right? What will it do if you don't have common sense? Lochanabhyam vihinasya. One who doesn't have eye, what is the use of a mirror? He cannot see through the mirror. So, there is no point, right? So, common sense is very important. It will give you the sight to dissect through, to be able to analyze, be able to understand the deeper perspective, what is behind the deeper meaning of it. So, that's what it means. Yasti nasti swayam pragya sastram tasya karoti kim lochanabhyam vihinasya darpana kim karishyati. The next one is 7th verse. Natyantam saralai bhavyam gatva pasya vanasthalim chidyante saralastatra kubjasti tishtanti padapaha. So meaning, there are trees, which are straight, narrow. They are the first pick of those people who are clearing up the jungles. Because they come very handy. They are easy to cut, they are easy to collect, and they are easy to be taken away. So if you are so simple, straight and upright, you will be the first one to be cut and removed. This is how beautifully he has said. And the ones that are, the trees that are curly, woven, entangled with each other, they are the last ones to be cut. So they will also be cut, but then they are the last ones probably to be cut. So, chidyante saralas tatra, meaning one which is saralai, easy, simple, upright. they will be chidyante sarla. Easily they will be cut down. And gatva pasya vanasthalim. And kubja tishtanti pada. Pada is the plant. Okay, so those plants and shrubs which are kubja, meaning curly and woven, entangled, etc., they are the last one to be touched. Okay, so that's the 7th verse. The 8th one is Kah kala kani mitrani kodesah kau vyayagamam kaschaham kachame sakte it chintyam murmu. Murmu is again and again. Right? So, to think over again and again. What is the right time? Don't be in a hurry. Don't jump to conclusion. Think over of the right time, the right place, the right friends, the right means of doing things, of earning things, and spending the earned wealth, and of the source of power. Where to derive the source of power and where to use the power. Think of it again and again before do it. Don't jump. Don't be hasty. This is the meaning. Kintyam muhurmuhu means think over it again and again. If you are in a hurry, you are a fool. Do not be in a hurry. So, kah kala, what is the right time? Kani mitrani, who is the right person who you should tell this, right? Do not expose your things to people who are not the right. Kodesa, which is the right place? Kau vyayagamam, where to spend? Vyayagam. Where agam is where to earn and vyay is where to spend. And kaschaham, kachame sakti, where is the right source of power? Where do I get that energy from? It chintam muhur. These are the things that you should think over again. Don't you find it very beautiful? This is the 8th verse. I'm going to the 9th one. Yo dhruvani parityajya adhruvam parisevate dhruvani tasya naschanti cha dhruvam nastamevahi. Meaning, one who gives up what is stable, like, the bird in hand and the bird in the bush, right? So what you have in the hand is the stable one. And then you have one in hand and now you are going to catch something which is unstable, the unstable bird, which is not in your control. What will happen is you might even lose this. This is what it means. The one who gives up what is stable and in your hand for something which is not your own hand and is not stable, you will end up losing even this. So dhruvani is stable. Yo dhruvani, parityajya means leaving that. Adhruvam, which is not stable. Parishevate, running after. Dhruvani tasya, naschanti. Whatever is dhruvani, which is stable, that also goes away. Naschanti. Cha dhruvam nastamevi. One which is not in the hand will anyways go away, right? So this is what it means, okay? So, one bird in hand is better than the two. One bird in the hand is better than the two in the bush. That is what it means. Moving towards the 10th one. Slokena va tadardhena tadardhadhar tad ardha ardhakcharena va. Slokena va tadardhena tad ardhardhacharena va. Meaning, if there are good shlokas, good verses that you should remember every day. If you can't remember the whole word, even a word of it is fine. Even if you can't remember one word, half of the one letter is also fine. So even 1/4 is fine. He's saying, Abandhyam divasam kuryat dan adhyan karma bhir. Meaning, in the same way, one is that even if you are able to do whatever is written in the scriptures and whatever masters have said, if you learn all those verses, good verses, at least one verse in the day, if not one, then half the verse, if not half, the 1/4 of it, or even one letter of it, it is good. And in the same way, do not let a single day go without attending to charity. Charity means be nice to people. Yeah. Give him, give back to the society. Do something in some way. Feed some people, give some knowledge to someone, give love to others. It's called part of charity. Self-study. Self-study, you study books, and the other is self-study, you study yourself. Spend every day in understanding. You appear to be the same person every day, but actually you're not. You eat, you sleep, you excrete, you exercise. You're changing every day, and you learn more of you every day. You learn over 100 years of your life, but you will learn something incremental every day. So do not stop learning every day. And other pious activities like yajna and also nam japa, swas yajna and all that, meditating, getting into the deeper awareness, do not do this. So kuryat danam, dan adhyan karmapi. Karma is the yagyarthat karmano netra lokayam karmana. Yajna is swas praswas is yajna. So you that karma. Do that karma. That's called niyat karma. That's called niskama karma. There is no desire in it. You're just observing your breath. Okay? You must do that. So it is said that puni shastra sasanchit dekha. Meaning, again and again you should open up those books of shastras and you should read that, and you do this yajna which is there in your breath. Going to the 11th one. Pralaye bhinna maryada bhavante kil sagara. Sagara bhedamikchanti pralayepi na sadhava. So when the pralay comes, when there is universe is being destructed, or imagine a tsunami coming on this earth in some part of the world, right? What happened? The same ocean which was behaving like completely controlled, right? Will never cross the limits and all. Crosses the limit, right? So pralay bhinna maryada. It's now maryada is gone, right? It's broken the boundaries and of the limitations, etc. The same ocean. Sagara bhedam icchanti pralaya sadhve. But people who are righteous, who are virtuous, a saintly man, established in the self, will never break the discipline that he follows. He will not. You see, equate, the Mahapurushas, the saintly people, they will not let their discipline go. Even if there is a tsunami in the world, even if there is a universal destruction happening, whatever chaos happens, they don't leave their practice. They always stay with them because they are already established in the truth. They are established in the self. Beautiful? Going to the next one. 12. Gunaih uttamatam yati nochairasana sanstitah prasad sikharasthopi kakah kim garudayate. What does it mean? Is that all the great qualities in people do not come because they are in high position. And don't think that you will get to that position and then you will get all those qualities. You get qualities first and get positions later. And those who somehow get to a position without qualities, when their position goes, they lost everything. And this happens to them. They will lose their position because they don't have that quality to remain in that position. And the example is given is that prasad sikharasthopi. Prasad is the palace. Sikhar is the top. If a kak is the crow. If a crow sits on top of a palace, does not become an eagle. Kim garudayate. Garuda is eagle. If a crow is sitting on top of the palace, does not become an eagle. It's because it is sitting on the top of the palace. So where you are is not important. What you are is more important. So don't worry about where you are right now. Swadharme nidhane geham par dharmo bhayava. Follow whatever is naturally born in you. Follow that instinct, follow that skill, follow that ability. Keep on building and wait for the right time. The right time will place you to the right position and you will get what you deserve. Do not worry about by looking at other people where they are right now. And do not project yourself. When you be what you are, projection is always ugly. If you're trying to become someone, you will look very ugly. But if you be what you are, you will look beautiful. There will be some people who will at least appreciate you, if not all, right? So, self-study, penance, all these things will get you great qualities. That is called Guna Uttamatam. So, you have to collect those good gunas to be able to sit in that position, right? So that Guna Uttamatam Yati Nochair Asana Sanstita, not by sitting in that position. The self-study and penance will get all that great qualities in you. It will not come by sitting, gaining a position. Yep. So that's the 12th one. We are halfway through. The 13th one is Rupa Yauvana Sampanna Visala Kula Sambhava Vidyahina Anasobhante Nirgandaha Kinshukayatha. Meaning, even if one is endowed with beauty and youth and born in noble families, without education, they are like the flower of a tree called palas, which is called dhak in Hindi, yeah, which has no fragrance. There are no sweet fragrance, and it is considered as useless. So wherever you are born, right, whatever level of beauty or handsomeness you have, whatever youth kind of youth you have, if you don't have the right education, even if you belong to a noble family, you are a useless person. You're wasting your life. Yeah. So get that right education and skill. Build yourself day by day. It is irrespective of where you are born, you will be able to build all these things. This is what it says. So, Rupa Yauvana Sampanna. Okay, you have Rupa and Yauvana everything. Vishala Kula Sambhava. You have great family you are born in. Vidyahina. You don't have education. Na Shobhante. You will not be, nobody will like you. Nirgandha. You don't have that bright fragrance in you. Kinshukayatha. Kinshuka is that tree which is called palasha, dhaka, which flower is useless. Nobody uses that flower. This is chapter 13, sloka 13. So, in this, what it's saying is that there is saying about this tree that usar barsat trin nahi jama, which is a barren land. Even if there is a nectar falling, there will be no growth of plants over there. And the other thing is, Yadapi Sada Barsahi Jalad, Fulahi Falahin Abed, Jo Guru Mile, Viranchisam Murak Hridanache. One who is Murkha is not willing to learn anything. Even if you go give all the kinds of knowledge from Gospels and scriptures and anything that you talk will not awaken him. It's because he is not willing to be awakened at all. So such people, wherever they are born, will have no respect in society. Eventually, they lose everything. Yeah, whatever they have been built by their forefathers will also go. If not in one generation, the second generation it will go. So, the next one, 14th one. Kamadhenu Gunavidya Hyakale Faladayini Pravase Mat Sadrishi Vidya Guptam Dhanam Smatam. Meaning, learning and gaining knowledge is like, having a cow called Kamadhenu, which actually can fulfill all your desires. Kamadhenu. Kam is all desires. All desires can be milked through this. So if you continuously learn and gain knowledge, you are actually acquiring that Kamadhenu. Okay. And she gives milk in all seasons. It's not like that now the period of, pregnancy, she is going to give birth to calves and cows and they'll have to wait for, no, it gives milk in all seasons without bearing children. And similarly, pravase matra sadrasi vidya guptam dhanam smritam. When you are traveling or when you go to a foreign land, this knowledge, whatever you gained, right, by self-study, it will protect you like mother, right, and feed you throughout your journey till you are coming back. So this is why it is called as indispensable and secret treasure. What? The learning and the knowledge that you gain, continuously. step by step, day by day, whatever you gain is actually your indispensable and undeteriorating wealth. Yeah. So, Vidyadhanam, Sarvadhanam Pradhanam. This wealth is the ultimate wealth that one should have. The next one is 15th verse. Yatha Chaturbhya Kanakam Parikshate Nigharsanatche Dhanatapatadanai Tatha Chaturbhya Purusha Parikshate Tyagena Silena Gudena Karma. Meaning, as the gold is tested in 4 ways, what it does is rubbing, cutting, hammering, heating, beat, right? So all this is done to the gold to make an ornament out of it, right? In the same way, the man should be tested by 4 things. What are those 4 things? It's very similar to that rubbing, cutting, heating, beating, right? What is that? Renunciation. Renunciation is one who is able to renounce things, all possessions, one who is able to overcome attachment to the world, that's called renunciation. And his conduct. So conduct is good behavior. So you've been able to renounce, but your behavior is not good. That's not okay. So have good behavior as well and keep acquiring great qualities. We talked about in the earlier sloka, great qualities, right? By which you become eagle, right? Otherwise you become a crow. So so gaining good qualities, right? And in Bhagavad Gita it's called Daivi Sampatti, right? So there are 24 Daivi Sampattis that they have described. So you can go through in one of my videos called Daivi Sampada Kya Hai? And his action. So 4 things are renunciation, conduct, accumulation of great qualities one by one, and his actions, the karma. Karma is, one is the outside karma for living for the world, within the ecosystem. The other is what you do within, through your breath, to be able to purify yourself. So, what is said is, in Hindi, it's called Satya ki Nyaya ho, Tarka Thoda ho, Nyaya Sangat Buddhi ho. These are the things called. Meaning, a golden person is one. Who is the person who has got great qualities? One who has got the anvil of truth. The truth is an anvil. He is going to testify everything that comes across him. He has got a hammer of logic, and whose intellect is democratic, meaning it creates justice. It is justice for others. The intellect supports the justice and democratizes everything. The 3 things is there. One, who's got the anvil of truth, hammer of logic, and intellect supports the democratization, the justice, right? Person is a noble person. That person is a golden person. Yeah. So, tatha chaturbhya purusham parichyate. So, a man is tested by these things. One who practices this is obviously seen as a glorified and significant person in all walks of life. Yeah? The 15th one. The next one is Daridrinasanam Danam Sheelam Durgati Nashanam Agyana Nashini Pragya Bhavana Bhayanashini. How beautiful this is. Charity eliminates poverty. You feel that by doing charity you will lose your wealth? No, you actually gain more. It's because the blessings of people, whatever you do actually, it reflects what you are, and you become noble, you become credit-worthy, you become a credible person, and you branding yourself actually, it will beget more. So, charity eliminates poverty. Wherever you are, if you want to rise above, in whatever capacity you can, you should do charity. Righteous conduct removes misery. So, if you have been going through tough times, conduct yourself properly. You will be able to come out of it, the difficult situation. Agyana Nashini Pragya. Pragya, I would say common sense. Okay. And practice of wisdom will remove all the ignorance from you. Okay. Use common sense, keep gaining knowledge, choose your intellect. It will remove all the darkness of your mind and ignorance. And if you have the right emotion and you know the power of emotion within, right? It's called bhavavasya Bhagavan. Even the God will comes under the emotion, right? If you have the emotion for God, you get to know the God, right? And Devan bhavyatanena te deva bhavyantu. In Bhagavad Gita it is said that you want to worship God, you use your feelings and emotions to worship. You'll be able to awaken all your systems within, yeah, by those feelings. So that's why in Bhagavad Gita it says Danam tapascha yagyascha swadhyayas tap arjavam. What you need to collect is Danam, through Dan, the charity, Tapa, the penance, Yagya, the breath, the meditating in the breath, and Swadhyaya is self-study. If you do all these things, you will be able to overcome poverty, the misery, the ignorance, and the fear. The four things: poverty, misery, ignorance, and fear can be eliminated through charity, right conduct, wisdom, common sense, and right emotions, pure emotion. Four things will help you overcome all these things. Moving to the 17th one. Janma mrityu hi yatte ko bhunakte ka subhashubham narakeshu patatte ka eko yati param gatem. Meaning, all of us are born alone and will die alone. Nobody goes along with you, okay? When you have to die, you have to go alone. And when you are born, you did not come in pair. Some people are born twin, but even if they are born twin, they come out one by one. They don't come out together. If you come out together, you will create a problem for your mother. All our experiences, good or bad, the result of all our karma. And when we leave this world, we will all go alone to the hell or the heaven because of our karma. Nobody participates in that, okay? The neighbor is not going to, your brother or family or relatives are not going to participate. They will not take a share in that. Yeah. Even in your good, they will not get the share. The bad will also, they are not going to come and share. So, Nij krit karma bhog sab trasa, kahu na ko sukh dukh kar trata. Yeah. Nobody is responsible for your happiness and sadness. You are the one who is responsible for it. You came alone, you will go alone. Whatever you are doing, you have to pay for it. And nobody is going to help you. Nobody is going to have a share of your good or bad. It's your own. Yeah. So be mindful of this, is what this says. Janma mrityu yatte ko bhunakte ka subhashubham. Subh and ashubh, good or bad, whatever. You have to go through. You suffer for that, you gain the advantage of this. Narakeshu patatte ka eko yati param gatim. Eko means that alone you go param gatim. Narakeshu patatte ka. There also you will go alone. And in the heavens also you will go alone only, if it is. So, going to the next one, which is 18th verse. Satyena dharate prithvi, satyena tapate ravi, satyena vati vayuscha, sarvam satye pratishthitam. The earth is held by the power of truth. Now, what is this truth? Truth is the ultimate. Ultimate is what? Is it reality, virtual reality, or beyond reality? It is beyond reality. It is nothingness, from where everything has come out. Zero. So from zero, what came is one. One became two, the Purush and Prakriti. Two became three. Three is Trigunas, Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic, three gunas, electron, proton, neutron, three gunas. And it became four. Antakarana, mind, intellect, memory, and ego. It became four. And then it became five. What made five is this five elements: earth, water, fire, space, right, and air. So four became five. And everything else is a combination of all these things. So all this thing is held by what? All of this that emerged in the nothingness, it is held by the truth. What? That was zero, which is beyond the reality. It is held by that. It is there within that actually. It is very insignificant part of the truth. Like all that looks like a universe and multiverse is held by something so much magnanimous that the visible and invisible universe is nothing within that. There's a tiny dot in that. So satyena dharate prithvi, satyena tapte ravi. Now keep on going. Satyena vati vayuscha sarvam satya prasittam. Everything is established in the truth. The earth is held by the power of truth. The truth is the ultimate knowledge, because that makes the sun shine, that makes the wind blow. Oh, and then that is where the universe exists, the galaxies exist, and multiverses exist. So, nit sarvam satya pratishtam. Everything is there in the truth, the ultimate truth. Purnamada purnamidam purnat purnamudachyate purnasya purnamadaya purnameva avashishyate. Everything comes from whole. There is nothing, zero. Everything is complete in itself, is also zero. And when this goes into the same, the completeness merges with the completeness, and what remains is what was originally there is complete. This is what it is. What appears to be incomplete is an illusion, is a dream, is not to be really thought about. Now, the next one, 19th, is Kalah pachati bhutani, Kalah sangharte praja, Kalah sutteshu jagarti, Kalo hi duratikrama. Meaning, all living beings, is the importance of time. Time is called Kala. Right? So what is the importance of time? All are taken care of by the time. So, time is manifesting, time is digesting, time is eliminating, time is doing everything. Everything is taken care of by time. Kala pachati bhutani. All the living beings are taken care of. Means given birth, given the death, everything is taken care of by time. Kala sangharte praja. Praja is the people, right? Living beings. Their sangharte means eliminated, killed. Kala sukte sujagarti. The time alone is awake. When everybody is asleep, the time alone is awake. And Kalo hi duratikrama. Time is unsurmountable. Nobody can win over this time. So, time is actually a significance of that ultimate truth, right? It is beyond time and space, but then what emerges out of that nothingness, one of the first few things is the space-time and cause, right, which is hidden and which creates everything. So that time is unsurmountable, is what this means. Kala pachati bhutani, Kala sangharte praja, Kala supte sujagarti, Kalo hi duratikrama. Thus, 20th one, Santosha Trishu Kartavya. There are three things that being told here. Three things that you should be satisfied with, three things you should never be satisfied with, is what is there in this world. So, first one is what you should be satisfied with. Santosha Trishu Kartavya. Yeah, so three things that you should always be satisfied doing, Kartavya. Swadare, Bhojane, Dhane. Meaning, your Dara is wife, okay? Whoever is your wife, whatever beauty she has got, be satisfied with that. Don't ask for more. Don't compare, look outside. Everybody is like same, okay? The appearance is elusive. So don't look for more beautiful wife, more talented wife, more skillful wife. Whoever you got, you be content with that. It's a good strategy. Bhojane, whatever food is available to eat with you at home, be happy with that. Don't look at restaurant and hotels and all that and get tempted by those foods and all. What you get at home is the best for you. Whatever will establish you in the peace is what you should eat. And dhane, whatever money you got, is good enough for your existence. Existence does not need a lot of wealth, is what it means. Three things that you should be satisfied with is Swadare, Bhojane, Dhane. And Trisu Chaiva na Kartabhyo, Adhyane, Japa, Dane. Adhyan is self-study. Japa is the Swaspaswas Yagya, Nam Japa. Danayu, charity. You should never be satisfied. Trisu Chaiva na Kartabhyo, Adhyane, Japa, Danayu. You should never be satisfied with this. Continuously keep doing self-study. You've done, it's never enough. And the japa is never enough. Innumerable chants and japas you do, is never enough. And then the charity is also endless. You will keep keep doing it till you die, till you are alive. Okay. So one should never be satisfied with one's wife, spouse. One should never be dissatisfied with one's wife, food and money. One should never be satisfied with one's study, chanting and charity. Santosas trishu kartavye swadare bhojane dhane trishu chaiva na kartavyo adhyayane jap danayoh. So, I'm moving to the 21st one. Deepo bhakshayate dhvantam kajjalam cha prasuyat yadannam bhakshayan nityam jayate tadasi praja. Meaning, when the lamp consumes the darkness, what it produces is the dark shoot. It's called in kajal in Hindi, right? So when the lamp consumes darkness, it produces the dark shoot, kajal. Similarly, what food we eat will produce the offspring. The progenies are created by what kind of food we eat. What we eat is what we are. Annam brahman bejanita. So, when in the embryo we were formed out of the food our mother was taking. The kind of food she was eating while she was pregnant and while you were there in the embryo was creating you actually. Your design was happening at that time. So, annam brahman bejanita. So, what you eat is what you are. What your mother ate, our mothers ate, is what we have become actually. Those tendencies will naturally come in you is whatever she was doing at the time of during the pregnancy. So, Deepo bhakshayante dhvantam kajjalam cha prasuyate. When the darkness was getting removed, what came out was the dark shoot. Yadannam bhakshayan nityam. Whatever you do daily on a daily basis, jayate tadasi praja. The same way praja means the offspring. Whatever living beings are created there. So, kind of, grass you give to your cow, the milk is like that. Kind of food you give to your buffalo, she is going to produce the same kind of milk. So, it's what it said. I don't know much about the science of it. The 22nd one. Krodho vaivasvato raja trishna vaitarani nadi. Vidya kama dudhadenu santosho nandanam vala. Anger is personification of Yama. Yama is the demigod of death. And anger. So anger is a very dangerous thing. The thirst is like hellish river Vaitarani. You have heard of Vaitarani? People hold the tail of the cow and they say that you jump over that, they create something and you go across. It's all bullshit thing. I don't believe in all that. But it's mentioned in our Shastra about Vaitarani Nadi. That if you want the soul to cross over that hellish river, that is Vaitarani, then you hold the tail of the cow. Basically, cow is the senses along with mind, right? Or 10 senses along with mind is called the cow. So if you hold that, if you are in control, you avoid the naraka. That is what it is called, okay? So the thirst is like the hellish river Vaitarani. So if you control your senses, there is no thirst in your senses. So you easily cross that Vaitarani. That is what it means actually. And anger is personification of death. So if you're getting angry time and again, and actually you are approaching your death faster. And you are dying every moment actually. You lose the moment. So you go in the past or future, you are no more in present and you are dead. If you are in future and past, you don't live, you don't exist. You exist only in the present. Yeah? You're dead for that moment. And the contentment, third one, right? No, so third one is knowledge. Knowledge is like a kamadhenu. Yeah, I said learning and education, etc. It become like a kamadhenu, a cow that fulfills all your desires, all your life. Cow of plenty, it is called kamadhenu. And contentment is like Nandanvana. Nandanvana is garden of Indra. Indra is the king of the senses, right? The mind, right? And it has got so much abundance around. If you are content, you have abundance. If you're not content, then you have scarcity. So the contentment is the ultimate thing to have. If you are content with whatever you have, you will feel the abundance. And abundance is what we need to have for our soul, is because the richmost thing is your existence, what you are. right? That itself is abundant, right? It doesn't need anything external. The 23rd one is gate soko na kartabhyo bhavishyam naiva chintayet vartamanena kalena vartayanti vichakshana. Again, bringing it to the presence now. That's how I picked up this sloka. We should not unduly grieve for the past and never worry about the future of what is yet to come. The wise people live in the presence. So, gate soko na kartabhyo bhavishyam naiva chintayet vartamanena kalena vartayanti vichakshana. Vichakshana means people who can see beyond, who have actually transcended the illusion, who have actually controlled their mind and senses. They are able to see through. They see the right thing in the mirror is because they have removed the fog, right, in front of the mirror. So they are called vichakshana. So if you have become vichakshana, you will remain in the present. So remain in the present. Do not worry about the future. I said in the earlier verse that you don't live anymore if you are in the past or in the future. The next one is alasasya kuto vidya. 2 more to go. Alasasya kuto vidya, avidyasya kuto dhanam, adhanasya kuto mitram, amitrasya kuto sukham. Meaning, a lazy person, alasasya is lazy, alsi. Lazy person cannot acquire knowledge. And without knowledge, you cannot acquire wealth. Avidyasya kuto dhanam. Without wealth, adhanasya kuto mitram. Nobody will befriend you. Nobody will become your friend if you don't have wealth. Adhanasya kuto mitram. Amitrasya kuto sukham. The social happiness that you are seeking, you don't have friends, you don't have any social pleasure, right? You will be blissful inside, but in the outside, there is no bliss for you. No, actually, bliss is not outside. The social happiness, the so-called, is not there if you don't have any friends. You can't party with anyone. And you can't have friends because you can't party because you don't have friends. You don't have friends because you don't have wealth. You don't have wealth because you don't have knowledge. You don't have knowledge is because you are a lazy person. A lazy person cannot acquire the knowledge, right? So, alasasya kuto vidya, avidyasya kuto dhanam, adhanasya kuto mitram, amitrasya kuto sukham. Sukham here is social happiness. So, we go to the last one now, the 25th one. 25th one is about a dharma. Okay, I told you in the beginning, Chanakya or Neetis are based on the dharma, righteousness. Dharma eva hato hantim, dharmo rakshati rakshita, tasmat dharmam natyajyami, mano dharmo hato vadhe. Meaning, one who leaves dharma, the adharma takes over and will kill you, destroy everything. It causes the extinction. And those who protect dharma, those who give their life for dharma, preserve the dharma. Dharma safeguards. Now what is dharma, basically? Dharma is the role we perform. Pitra dharma, matra dharma, bhrata dharma, chhatra dharma, rashtra dharma. There are many dharma. There are patni dharma, pati dharma. So many dharma. Dharma is a role act. Dharma is not Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai. These religions are not actually dharmas. Path Sampradaya, these are all nothing to do with Dharma. Dharma is the role you perform. I am doing the role of a father. I am doing Mitra Dharma, friend's role I am performing. So that is Dharma. So if you take care of your Dharma, whatever, now I call you your friend, and then I am not behaving like friend, I am actually not following Dharma. So I will be punished for this. I am a mother and I am supposed to take care of my kid and I don't do it, it will destroy me. Right? And I'm telling you, the child which grows and will remember, I was not taken care of. If your father, you have not taken care of your duties, that lack of duty will destroy you, will kill you. Obviously, the soul gives you discontentment. It will make you regret. It will curse you within and you will repent and you will meet the consequences. So, but if you have taken care of it and sacrifice everything for it, that sacrifice will return to you as punya and will safeguard you in the time when you least expected it. Just see the beauty of it. it will come back to you. Everything is moved in a cycle, right? Everything that goes up will come down. Everything goes around will come back in circle, right? And meet at the same point. This is what happens. Therefore, one should never commit the annihilation of Dharma. Follow your Dharma. Never give up that. It's because today it is making you uncomfortable. Today your happiness or your mental wandering is getting sacrificed, right? Sacrifice it. It's because that Dharma, that's the importance of Dharma. Dharma is your dutifulness, right? So be dutiful, follow your duties, fulfill your duties, complete it to the perfection. It will take care of. You have a job, you have a Dharma as an employee, right? Do it nicely. If you're doing it nicely, your job will take care of you. You take care of your job will take care of you. That is what it is. So with that, I have completed 25 lessons or slokas or niti or whatever you call it. Niti is actually called policy in English, of Chanakya, Acharya Chanakya. I feel blessed that in our country such a noble person was born 350 BC, so many years ago. And that's called the true legend, that he has never been forgotten. And people still remember him after so many years. So take a bow to him, and thank you for listening to me. Have a blessed life ahead. Drop.